Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Yesterday, I posted a video that was supposed to be a longer video, not time-wise, but content-wise. And I had about 3 days that we were packing into that video, and it turned out that a lot of the clock took up the first day. So we're going to get to the cars and all the other stuff in this video. Here's part 2. So we started our day already, and first stop of the day is Jackson's summer school. The mama bear is dropping him off. Check out this ride that our friend picked up at an auction, and apparently it runs pretty good. We're going to take it for a test drive right now. See what kind of work it needs. I'm sure it's going to need a lot of work for $1,200. That don't sound too bad. We just got down the road on it, and we haven't even really got to like driving it, and we can already tell there are a few things wrong with it. One of them I think is an alignment. Pam says she thinks it needs a bearing because she can feel it on that side. There are a lot of lights on. We can scan this when we get back and check those out. And it says the hood is open. So I hope the duct tape on this side holds it down. Seems like there are a couple things wrong with this car. I would say nothing too major, but I'm pretty sure, like, based on what the front end looked like, it's going to be major stuff. But it is a nice day to have the top down. So we've got another vehicle here. This is a Ford Transit. We got to do a radiator flush on it. Oh man. I don't see any access to any valve down there. And here, it looks like I'll just have to pull plastics to get access and then figure it out. Also, this lady, she was saying that she had to get her wheels taken off somewhere and she didn't have the key. I know it's always going to be bad, but that's a hack job. Next car. Oh, this seat is hot. Didn't get very far on that one.
No.
This is one of the cars that when we first looked at it, Pam was saying it had to be the wheel bearing because we dealt with that before in my car. When the guy was like, I think it's my CV shaft, and we're like, all right, cool. So we test drove it, and then it was clicking pretty bad, so it was the CV shaft. And when I took it apart, I told him, hey, your bearing needs to be changed out pretty soon. And all he asked was, how long do I have? And we're like, it needs to be changed. So now every time we're taking the turns, you can definitely feel the wheel bearing is off center, and it's making the CV shaft make a weird noise. Not the noise it was making before. It's like a new noise. And wheel bearings, man, I hate doing wheel bearings on these cars. I don't have a press for them, so we're just doing it the old hard way. But let's go tell him. This one's not staying up on its own. Definitely needs some work. He was asking how hard the plug's going to be to change. These ones sit in the middle of the valve cover though, so they're going to be right here. I guess they won't be that hard to change. That side looks a lot easier. Yeah, this side looks like it'll be a lot easier to change. There's 2 cams on each head, so the spark plugs are sitting under there. Man, that piled up pretty quick.
Yeah.
So we've got a few things to work on today, I guess. We gotta go pick up Jackson right now, and then we gotta probably do something about lunch, and then we have to go check another car. We got a call for a Kia that's making noise, and she thinks it's the brakes, so she wants us to check it out and see what's gonna need to be done for her vehicle. And then we gotta come back up and I guess do the radiator flush on that Transit van, and then see what we can start doing about this Jaguar. We gotta change the plugs, fuel filter, air filter, and then by then it'll be time to go home. Lunchtime, on the way to pick up Jackson. For lunch today, I got hungry a little early. We haven't really got to the work yet, so bologna it is. Cowboy Burgers. Or, in my case, a Red's Burger. And of course, this is Pam's lunch. Come on, let's go. Seems like Jackson's in a good mood today.
Hello.
Up here, bro.
Hello. No, you hold on
I got you, bro. So we just picked up Jackson from school. Now we're gonna go. Now we're gonna go. Now we're gonna go do what we gotta do.
Hey guys.
I was trying to record how much this guy is picking on me right now, but somehow he knows. He knows when the camera's on.
I wasn't bullying you.
Okay, I just took this Kia for a test drive, and it kind of sounded like the brakes, but okay, I think it's cooled down enough now. I gotta get under here now with my trusty Milwaukee and start taking these plastics off and see if we can access this radiator. That's some of the stuff that had to come out. I've got this path cleared now, so I can get to that. That's how I'm going to drain this fluid. So it's draining. Had to make this funnel. Wasn't too sure how this was supposed to work. The ice cream lady hooked it up. Yeah, snow cone ice with the pickle juice and some Kool-Aid on it for the mama bear. So after test driving the white Kia, that would have been number 3. And this will be the 4th test drive of the day. And this one, she said, it does not start like it used to, and it doesn't run like it used to. So we ran this thing down the road past the intersection that we were going to go to, all the way to the electric co-op, and we turned around the parking lot. We shut it off and started it, and it's actually running pretty good. I don't know what's wrong with it.
I don't know what's wrong.
Doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with it when we take it. We're leaving the job site. What turned into the job site today.
Seriously.
So we got all the cars fixed. The last ride, I guess it was running really bad. The way she explained it sounded like it was like a fuel delivery problem or a misfire problem. But we scanned it and then we cleared it, and we checked the code said it had 1 misfire and it was in cylinder 5. So we took it for a test drive and it ran really good. So we came back and the lady seemed kind of surprised that it ran good. So hopefully it's fixed. Now I think it's safe to say that we just need to get some dinner and we need to head home. We need to water the plants, right?
Yes,
Definitely need to water the plants today. And, oh, dinner and gas.
Yes. Definitely need some gas.
And now we are off off to the gas station. Then we are off to home. This is Jackson. He picks on me if I'm not filming him. So we got the shopping done, and now we are off to home. Long day in the sun. This is what's for dinner for me and the boys. This is what's for dinner for Mama Bear. Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday. We have a few things to do today. We got to drop Jackson off at school, and we have a couple of the cars from yesterday. One of them, when I took it for a test drive, that was making a noise. It seemed like it might have just been rocks in the brake pad and the rotor. She said she'd been driving it on the gravel road going to the OHV park. The other ride, it's kind of like, it's not hard, but the dude, he's still on a tab from the last work he got done. So we'll see if we get to that one today or not. But we'll get Jackson up, we're gonna get him ready, and we'll cruise to town. A quick check on these before we take off and take Jackson to school. And we are off.
Good morning, everyone.
We got a couple of things to do today. We're heading into town now to get them done. First stop, Jackson School.
Love you.
The dude is off to school.
Where's my mask?
Oh, where's his mask?
I don't know.
Well, we dropped the baby off. He's at school till noon. So we have until then to get some work done. Time to get started on this car. First one of the day. So we're gonna do some plugs, some filters. Gonna do fuel filter, air filter, check all the normal sensors, throttle body. And I gotta get the tire off. And another thing I gotta look into is this guy bought this car at an auction, so he got it with the valet key, and after he pushed the valet button is when he found out that apparently that's the one thing you're not supposed to do if all you have is the valet key. So now the top's inoperable, and it was down when he did it. So this dude has a lot of boards on here.
Oh no.
I got myself with the water. I don't know where he drove it, but this had a bumper on it yesterday. So maybe we need some sort of a stick.
You're welcome.
I just don't want it to slip and crash down on my fat head. The clip is broken to the mass airflow sensor.
Oh.
I need some new air filter. And what is this? Somebody got to the res rigging before we did. Look at the wiring job on the side of that throttle body. I wonder where that vacuum line goes. Individual coils, and they look old. Oh man. I'm surprised I had compression. None of these were in. Those little black rubber things always bother me in the spark plug sockets. So I always pull them out and then I end up doing this. The plugs seem new. NGKs.
Love you.
Be careful.
Okay.
Okay, now I gotta get to the fuel filter on this thing. That was a lot harder than I originally thought it was going to be. Seemed pretty easy. These lines were packed so tight, I had to take the lines off all the way up to there, and it still wasn't threading on correctly. After I spent a good half an hour on it and took a lunch break and came back to it, I realized that the fuel filter was damaged from one side was bent in, like somebody dropped it at the store or in transit. And I found out after I pulled it all apart again, straightened it out, put it back on. And we also got the roof to work. It was stuck in valet mode, so I had to get this out of valet mode. And I got it to lock in the front, so I've got this part locked down now, finally. It was stuck back here. All this was folded back into there, and it wouldn't come up because it was stuck in valet mode. So when he bought it and brought it back in the past couple of days that it's been raining, he's been covering it with a tarp, I guess. It's good now. Waterproof. We finally finished the fuel filter on that freaking Jaguar. The first part of it wasn't so bad. Doing the plugs, we pulled them out, and it turned out to be that the plugs were new, and the plugs that were in the car were way better than the plugs that he bought for the car. So we put the NGKs back in there, and they looked like they were fresh. So now we had to run and get some gas. I gotta go stop by my cousin's real quick. Oh yeah, the brakes. We got the brakes on the Kia. I'll probably check that before we go down to the cousin's. Then we can just go home from there. Freaking Jaguar wore me out. Or it was the sun, or it was the gas.
Both of them.
It was the sun.
Three.
The sun and the gas in the car. I am trying to stay awake. I'm kind of tired. We're gonna go check these brakes real quick and then make a stop or two and then go home, hopefully. I'm hoping really it's just rocks in the brakes and we can just clean it out, put it back together.
Yeah.
So we got this off. Looks good so far. Rotors look okay. Brake pads look okay. So the brakes seem okay on this side, but the ball joint looks like it's gonna need to be replaced here pretty soon. We got done with the brakes on the Kia. We actually ended up going through the whole thing. We checked CV shafts, bearings, we checked all the bushings. She's got one bad ball joint that's going out. So we're gonna check into that maybe tomorrow or sometime this week. We'll be working on that. That's gonna be fun. But for the most part, it was just dirty. There were some rocks in between the CV and the knuckle, and then there were some rocks between the pad and the rotor. And it looked like they drove it through some water, maybe a creek or something, but nothing malfunctioning underneath there. So that was just a good peace of mind to get it checked and make sure it's not gonna fall apart when she's on the road. We still haven't stopped by my cousin's. We gotta stop by there and check on him and his family and make sure they're doing all right for right now. So we are going to Lowe's West.
Probably.
That's our store. We're going to Lowe's West. We'll see you over there. The stoplights are off, and I think that's why. We've been home for a bit. We just had some visitors, had some good conversation. hung out for a little bit. Now it's time for dinner. I'm pretty tired. Mama Bear's gonna have to close out the evening with these boys by herself. Luckily, as we were just talking about it earlier tonight, these boys really help her a lot. Good kids. I don't really have any complaints about them. They do what they're told when they're just asked to go to school and help their mom, and they do both of those pretty good, so can't really complain about that. Y'all have a nice night.
Good night, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
As with every day, we are headed to town, and as with most days, first stop, Jackson School. One of the two crossings that we have to deal with every day. You look real cute today, baby. Our day has moved along, but it's not progressed. If that makes any sense. We are off to Walmart.
Oh, great.
Lovely Walmart. But we gotta meet my mom. She wanted to meet us for something, so we'll go see what's up. We met up with my mom. She was talking to us about dress codes for our boys' school, the mid-school. Talked to her for a little bit. She was asking about what's going on with funeral arrangements for my uncle. And we also got that figured out, mostly. So we have a date and a time, and we have certain instructions for what we need to do as pallbearers and immediate family. So right now we're waiting. We got a couple of minutes until Jackson is ready to go. We're gonna give him a couple of minutes with his bros since today's the last day of summer school. So it'll be a couple more weeks before he goes back to school again. I guess it's time to run in there and get him.
Yeah.
We got Jackson picked up, and whatever business that we had to do in Gallup is done for now. We skipped Lowe's altogether yesterday. I was tired. So today we're going to go by there, pick up what we need for the house, and then we're going to get back. I'm not sure if it's going to rain enough to not water the plants today, so I think we have to get back and water them. And I'm not sure, are you going to do your nails?
I want to. I've been saying this for like 3 days now. But I think I really need to do my nails.
This is usually the longest part of her getting her nails done, is finding time for her to do them. Our boys, myself included, sometimes her dad comes down and needs to talk to her about stuff, or we need to go check the mail or bring the newspaper back. So there are a lot of things that she does throughout her day. Today, hopefully she'll be lucky enough to find a few hours to get some work done on her nails. We're at Lowe's now. So we are home, and it's raining pretty good. So I guess we'll get to the crops in a bit. Our power went off from the lightning, so this is lunch/early dinner. Looks like this tree is doing pretty good. Gotta pull out a couple more on the bottom again. Oh, something's happening. This little river is starting in the yard. Dinner time. Alright guys, it's time to call it a night here. Thanks for watching this episode.
Good night, guys.
We'll catch y'all next time.